Children's ministry matters. It matters because it mattered to Jesus Christ. He said, "Let the little children come to me." To this day, when children are brought to Jesus Christ, they flourish. They become the people they were made to be. Children's ministry matters because in those early years, the foundations are being laid. Developmentally, we know that the moral foundations for life are typically laid by 9 years old, and spiritual foundations are laid by 13 years old. So while the data tells us that our teenagers and our young adults are leaving church, we know that the decisions they make have probably been made years earlier. Proverbs 22:6 puts it bluntly, "Train a child in the way he should go, and he will not turn from it." But too often the children in our churches are learning Bible stories and long lists of Christian behaviours, but they're not changed. The Pharisees of Jesus' day had a very similar approach. Faith in Kids wants to enable children in churches to respond and hear Jesus Christ, so that their hearts and their minds are transformed. Then they will grow up to be teenagers and adults who listen and obey and worship Jesus Christ. Faith in Kids has a bigger vision for children's ministry. Children can be nurtured to love Jesus Christ, to stay with Him, to trust Him for life and all eternity. Faith in Kids will focus on the person who leads the children's ministry in the local church. Let me explain why that person is so important. When a family goes into church, the adults go to church, and it takes one person to lead all of those people. The children go to Sunday school, and they might be in a number of different age groups, each led by a few different leaders. This team of numerous leaders needs one person who has a vision, who has a plan, and who has the confidence to lead that team. Often it is this person who recruits, who trains, who coordinates, and who resources that team. This is the critical individual Faith in Kids wants to help. This is the person who leads children's ministry in the local church. This is the person who leads the team. This is the person who partners with the parents. And this is the person who works with the church leader. This person may be a full-time children's minister, or they may be a volunteer with a range of responsibilities. Whoever they are, we can grow their vision and build their confidence to lead their team effectively. We do this by providing them with online resources from our website, by putting on training days for them and their team, and also by gathering together those critical individuals who share this role to learn from one another. This critical individual, in turn, can be a catalyst for bringing about change in countless children's lives through working with their team of Sunday school leaders, working with the parents, and working with the church leader. One way we do this is at the Big Day Out. The Big Day Out is a termly regional day for those who lead their children's ministry. At the London Big Day Out recently, we asked some of them for their perspective on Faith in Kids. Here's what they had to say.
So I'd say one of my biggest challenges is being quite new to youth and children's work. So I've been in my role for just over 2 years now, but part of that job is leading the team of leaders who help with our Friday night kids club. So at my church that is for 6 to 11-year-olds. It's our main evangelistic outreach for that age, so it's a real joy to see children bringing along their friends from school and to see families from church reaching out with the gospel, but for me that's quite a daunting thing, knowing both how to get on and teach them faithfully week by week, and particularly how to lead and equip that team of leaders.
When I've been in children's ministry now for about 12 years, and it was looking for sort of faithful and really fun and engaging resources. And so actually coming to Faith in Kids has just been hugely helpful, because the material is really Christ-centred, is really faithful to the gospel, and also really fun, which means the children really learn and really engage in it. Our leaders absolutely love the material too. So it's just been incredibly helpful.
Faith in Kids has really helped in my ministry as I think through how to train our leaders well. So, for example, really thinking about how to support our leaders in doing really effective small group discussion with children. Came along to a session here where Ed helped us think that through really well, showed a really good example that we were then able to use back in the different groups that we work with, and help the leaders to think that through for themselves. And those discussions are now carrying on in the leadership meetings as we think about how we take that and learn to do that better ourselves.
So last night I had a meeting with some of the Kids Club leaders. We try to meet regularly to plan and prepare and pray for the children. Last night I used one of the Faith in Kids resources, which was very simple, just a table that suggested some questions to ask about each individual child in terms of who they are, what we expect from them, and then thinking on to what are the things that we desire for them, pray for them, how we can help them. And it was so encouraging to be able to work through that with the leaders, thinking about some of the individuals that we have along to the group week by week.
Life as a children's minister is really busy, and lots of schools ask us to go and do assemblies. And what's so helpful is I can just go onto the Faith in Kid website, and there's an assembly already packaged. It tells me what I need, it tells me how many leaders I need, and I can literally just take it off, read it through a few times and go into assemblies and know that I've given something that's really of good quality. And survey after survey has shown that it's, if you asked Christian adults when they became believers, it's when they were children. So the work we do is not just entertaining children, we are transforming their lives for eternity. And actually, Faith in Kids means that we can do that to more children more easily. So I can go into schools, I can run outreach events, I can do nativity services. And this gives me the freedom because I'm not writing all my own material. I've got the confidence that I trust the material that's on there.